Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in. I am your instructor Joy. This video will be an answer to a subscriber. This violinist was wondering scales in many different positions. Very good question. Thank you all for your kind questions, comments, sending me donations here and also in my Patreon page, booking lessons with me. And some of you have been very kind to share your knowledge with others when others had questions. I really appreciate. I encourage you all to check out my Patreon page as well, which you can find in the description below. Now, once we pass the very beginner level, we soon have to learn how to play higher positions. The traditional school, which is mostly German violin school based, it teaches from first, then third position, third to the fifth position. But in this video, I will be covering all first, second, third, fourth, and fifth position by playing the same D major scale, so that you see what the differences are and you can compare that easily. Now, the reason that we often find playing high positions is a little more challenging is because we've got this huge body all of a sudden, and the left hand has to start turning, the thumb position changes as well. And that's when it comes to a little confusion, because we're twisting our arm basically, right? And that's not most the comfortable way. But whenever you go higher positions, move your violin slightly to your left as you go higher positions, so that you have a little more room in front of you. So instead of just going up like that, bring your violin slightly to your left so there's a little more room, so you can go higher position easily instead of going like that. I hope this makes sense to you. So instead of going like this, you bring your violin a little higher, as a little to the left, like that, yeah? Just slightly, tiny bit, yeah? It's a small degree, but it makes a huge difference when it comes to comfort or relaxation of our left hand. Not only that, the left hand and left thumb position changes quite a bit. From first position to the third is about the same. We know that we have to keep the thumb near index and the middle finger. First position is like that, second position is like that, third position pretty much same, except we're moving our left hand towards us. Now from fourth position onwards, left hand starts turning slightly, the thumb goes slightly under. Notice a slight, I'm not moving a lot from here, third to the fourth position, slightly. Fifth position, however, this is when left hand changes dramatically. We have to bring our thumb where the joint of the neck and the violin is, and thumb goes like that, almost horizontal. And the left hand comes around. This is when it changes a lot, yeah? Again, first position, second, third, fourth, fifth. So fifth position, some has to turn more or some less, but in general, I find that if you're new to higher positions, especially the fifth, it's better to turn a little more and just get a little more comfortable with your twisted left arm. And here, this is when it comes handy to bring our violin a little to our left, yeah, so that our left hand is not as uncomfortable as it could be. Okay, let's start D major, 1 octave scale on a D and A string, which is one of the first scales that we learn. Starts like this: open D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. Notice that second and third fingers are close to each other because C sharp and D and F sharp and G are half steps, yeah? And then we're gonna keep the same scale, so you have to remember those two half steps. And then we're gonna come down with a fourth finger. So ascending with open string, descending with a fourth finger to help the left hand to get ready for the next string or upcoming string. Coming down, D, C sharp, B, now fourth finger, G, F sharp, E, now we know that. Now let's move on to the second position. We're going to start in the first position, and then we're going to shift on the A string to the second position. Here, make sure to take the thumb with you when you shift, whether you're shifting up or down. And then keep the fingertip light, because it's going to be easy to shift. Yeah? So it goes like this. Open D, E, F sharp, G, we have to here stop for a second, because we have to remember where the second finger was. because where the second finger was, we're going to replace with the first finger by shifting like that. Again, open A, B, C sharp. Remember where the second finger was. Now we're going to lift up second finger, just remembering the spot, and then we're going to bring the entire hand where the second finger was. Now we're in the second position. Continue, C sharp, D, E, F sharp. Now G, A, B, C sharp. Now we're going to stretch D, then come down C sharp, B, A, G, F sharp, E, D. Now with the same second finger, we're going to shift down back to the first position. Remember D and C sharp is only half steps, so only a little moving. C sharp. Now we're back to the first position. Again, D, second position, second finger. Shift down. B, A, G, F sharp, E, D. Alright, now that was D major 2 octave scale in the first and the second position. Now let's move on to the third. Again, we're going to start in the first position, and on the A string, we're going to remember where the third finger was, and then we're going to move the first finger where the third finger was with the entire hand, the thumb along. Now D, E, F sharp, G, open A, B, C sharp, D. Remember where the third finger was, because we're going to bring our first finger where the third finger is. Yeah? Now, again, let's remember where the third finger was. Let's just look and then remember the physical spot and also know how it sounded. And then with the entire hand, let go of 3 and 2, because we will be landing with the first finger. We're always shifting up or down with the landing finger. Go up all the way where the third finger was. Now we're in the third position. Continue, D, E, F sharp, G, E string A, B, C sharp, D, C sharp, B, A. Now note G, still in the third position. F sharp, E, D. Now remember where third finger was. Now we're going to shift down with the landing finger. So we are going to bring third finger where the first finger is now to move to back to the first position. Now we're back to the first position. D, C sharp, B, A, G, F sharp, E, D. Alright, now let's move on to the fourth position. Again, we are going to start in the first position, and then when we're on the A string, we are going to remember where the fourth finger was, bringing entire hand to the fourth position. Here, we have to remember when we're shifting from first to the fourth. In the fourth position, it's that when you start turning slightly to our right, like that. It's not all the way there, but slight turn, just tiny bit. Let's start from open D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. Now E. Remember where the fourth finger is. Now we are going to use a landing finger, which will be first finger, and bring that one where the fourth finger is. Let's remember and listen how the note E with the fourth finger sound like. Okay, now we're going to lift up all 2, 3, and 4, and then shift it with a light fingertip with the entire hand while turning our left hand slightly to our right. Now we're in the fourth position. Notice the thumb is no more on the side but slightly under. Again. Here. Do you see that again? First position to shift to the fourth. To slide. Now, here E continue. E. F sharp. G. A. B. C sharp. D. Now let's go down. D. C sharp. B. A. G. F sharp. E. Now let's remember how the first finger sounded. And then we're going to shift with the landing finger, in this case fourth finger. Take your thumb with you. Now we're back to the first position. E, C sharp, D, sorry, C sharp, B, A, G, F sharp, E, D. Alright, now last one. D major scale, also 2 octave D major scale. We're going to start in the first position. We are not going to shift straight to the 5th, but we're going to take middle step. So first the 3rd position, shifting on the A string, and then when we get to the E string, then we are going to shift from the 3rd to the 5th. That's very commonly done. It's not the only way, but I'm showing you the most standard way and the very first step that you should learn. Okay, it goes like this. D, E, F sharp, G, open A, B, C sharp. Now remember where the 3rd finger is. We're going to shift first to the 3rd, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B. Now remember the 3rd finger is, because this where the C sharp is with the 3rd finger, we're going to bring with the 1st finger again. Now here is when we have to bring our thumb under as we shift, because we're shifting from the 3rd to the 5th. Did you guys see? Again here, shifting from 3rd to the 5th. Make sure the thumb is somewhat horizontal, not curved like that. Again. And then come down, D, 2nd finger. Now we're going to shift with the landing finger, which is 3rd finger. Back to the 3rd. Here, make sure when you come down from 5th to the 3rd, bring thumb back to the side of the neck where it was. Again. Now 3rd finger, shift. Bring your hand back to where it was. G, F sharp, D. Now we're going to shift with the 3rd finger back to the 1st position. C sharp. So there you have it. Now, there is a lot of information here. And when it comes to shifting, when it comes to higher positions, when it comes to left-hand positions, there's so many things one could study, and there's so many topics one could go into depth. But this, just in this way, I'm going to introduce you a little of everything just so that you get an idea, and let me know how your practicing is going, and I hope this video gave you some ideas. Happy practicing, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.